Hi guys and welcome back. Today we'll be doing a tutorial. So excuse the lighting as the window is that side of the camera, so you might see a few shadows, but I'll try and move my hand away from the page so you can see my my drawing, but it shouldn't be too bad. So today we're doing Fluttershy. I'm going to continue my My Little Pony series. After this there'll be 3 left to do. So I hope you're still into My Little Ponies, since the film is long gone and past, and that's kind of the reason why I started these. I was aiming to draw them all before the film came out, but let's just get into it. So I'm going to start with a basic S shape. This is kind of just to mark out where I'm going. I know it's a little bit different to what I've done normally, so if you want to replicate this you can do. I know it's a bit vague, but I just want to kind of mark out where the body is. So her chest is going to come here, and then it's going to come down, and then the end of her tail is here, and the start of her fins are down there. So I'm going to start off with her head. I just wanted to make sure I put her head in the right place. So you want to start off with a circle as always. I'm just using a red Prismacolor erase pencil. So you want like a nice round circle, and now it looks like a ball on a string. So we're gonna start with her face. So if I just zoom in on the circle, there we go. So as always, we want to draw lines to mark out roughly where the face is going to lie. So we're going to have her kind of looking towards this direction. So you want to do a line about a quarter of the way in the circle, and then a line halfway through. Make it slightly rounded because you want to kind of give it a three-dimensional look. So next I'm going to draw her eyes, which are 2 quite large circles. You want them to be quite big because she does have massive eyes. So we've got like a full circle there in the middle of this section, and then kind of half a circle towards the edge of the face. I'm just going to rub out. There we go. I think it was getting a little bit red, a little bit too red. So you want to try and make these level as well. This looks like a little bit higher than this one, but you want to make them match. So I'm going to draw roughly where her muzzle will be, which is another circle down here, just to give us a rough idea. So even though her face is turning this way, she's going to kind of look towards us. So we want to draw inside this first circle another circle, but move it towards the right hand of the page. And then another circle. This is going to be a pupil. A lot of circles here. And then another big circle inside the pupil, just like that. And then a small, fully round circle that you can see everything just down there. You get that? So I know we've drawn a rough big circle for where her eyes, but she's got weird eyes. They're kind of like sad. They droop down. So I'm just going to come over here and just cut off a little bit of the edge of this circle by going down like that, and just rub the rest there. So I'm just going to fill in this little area here because this is where it would normally be black. I just want to fill it in with the red pencil because I'm not going to be colouring this one in, as always. So we want to draw like 3 eyelashes, kind of make it a little bit thicker around the edge of the top of her eye, and just come down and just do like 1, 2, 3, if you could see that well. Sorry if you can't. And then 3 eyelashes at the bottom, but quite evenly spaced out. Just go ahead and make that a little bit darker. That's kind of roughly how her eyes are looking. I think that gonna rub this little bit out here. That's the general shape that we're going for. I hope it ends up looking like a. Right, so she's a bit different to the other ponies. Like I said, she's got these weird sad eyes. So we're gonna draw the circle here. We still want to see white, the whites of her eyes in this eye. So this will be white, first circle. Then we're just going to draw a massive circle there, that's like the light catching in her eye, just like this one. And then a small circle. And then we want to draw a line from this top circle to the bottom of this bigger circle. And I'm saying circle a lot today. And these lines that I've just drawn seem to be just like smudging away, so that's great. So there's a second eye. So we want to come down, just make the top thicker again, giving her a bit of like definition around her eyes, like her eyelashes. Come down and do three eyelashes again, and just like flick them out. There we go. You can't really see the bottom of her eyelashes, but I'm just going to do some just because. So her nose. So if you want to start at the end of this circle, just come out and kind of draw a point and come round and join the bottom of this initial head circle. If you understand that, I'm just going to rub this out a little bit. So to draw a mouth is just a nice little semicircle here. She's got a nice little smile, and then another little semicircle there for a nostril. You can see that, yeah. So her ears, just over the top here. Well, you only get to see one ear here, so just draw a little circle there, come out, make it a point. That's her ear. I know I've drawn like this line matching up, but really you need to leave a little bit of a space for her neck. So if we're going to draw her hair, I'm just going to map out roughly how her hair is going to be. So you want to kind of imitate this shape. You know, this is a little bit vague. It's kind of like a big S shape. So if it comes out over here and then down, almost an S shape. And then this side, I'm only pressing lightly because these are guidelines. It's kind of round and down, and then flicks up in a curl. I'm just going to leave those there for now and then continue with the body, because I want the proportions to be right, so you don't have to press on hard for those. So if I just move this up a little bit, I'll just zoom out a tad. So her body, roughly, I'm just going to map out as well. So again, press only light, you only need to be pressing light for this. So I've got like a rough, I'm going to do a rough circle where her body's going to be. Her mane, like her chest. Her wings are going to kind of be over here, so I'm just going to do a big oval, mapping out where her wings are. Her hooves are just going to be at the bottom of her chest. So we've got one circle there roughly for a hoof, and I'm just going to do like half of an oval there. And then a little circle at the top there, and a little one at the bottom. And then her tail, I'm just finishing off the rest of her body. So her tail, I'm just going to do a massive, quite a big circle here, because she's got, well, yeah, I'm just going to do quite like a squashed circle, because her tail is not going to end up it being a circle, but this is just a guideline. Oops, it's getting really blurry now when I'm taking my hand away from the page. This is just going to be a guideline. So, So back to her. I think now I've done that, I'm pretty happy with her hair. I'm just going to do, next to the wing she's got like a bit of a fin thing, so I'm just going to do a circle there to map that out. So we've got like a well-defined face and a assortment of circles and ovals underneath. So stay with me because it's going to make sense, hopefully. So I'm just going to come here. So do you know earlier where I kind of marked out where her eyes should meet and be on level with each other? So in the middle, right there where there's like a point from all the lines crossing, just going to put a little dot there. That's going to be the start of her hair or fins that's turning into hair. Well, what should be her mane. So I'm going to define this circle a little bit, this S shape a little bit more. So I'm just going to come over and draw a hard line following the shape rounds that I made earlier. If it helps to watch me first and then just kind of pause it and then do it after I've done, go for it, because I'm aware that I'm not the greatest at explaining things. So where the dot is that we've just made, just come up and round and meet this edge. Yep. Oh, my book's falling over. Yeah. So, and then define the rest of her face just down there, just by drawing a line. So now we're going to add some lines to the fins / mane / hair. Just done 4 lines, but you could do 3 or whatever. And I think next is this section of hair as well. So this kind of comes out and goes straight down and then up in a curl. And then you want to come out and follow it back round. Now this bit of hair is going to overlap her body, so it's just going to go over these circles that we made earlier, and then actually kind of like that. Actually, I'm not really happy with that shape, so I'm going to do it again. Bear with me because I'm so professional. Not. Maybe I pressed too hard on that time. So you've got kind of that shape. So you want to come get this line here and go down into her neck. Then I'm going to add some lines here. Curved lines. Just to mark out her hair again. I'm going to come down and do lines here. There we go. And then, right, so I'm gonna kind of fill in the rest of her body. Getting the consistency of like pressing down too hard or not hard enough is a tricky one. Just gonna sharpen the pencil. So you want to draw like a line there. Just stop roughly before where you've mapped out her wings. I'm going to do the hooves next. Right, so the hooves. So I'm just going to zoom in on with these hooves. So you want to do a flat kind of curved line the bottom of the hoof, just there, at the bottom of this big circle that we drew earlier. You want to come up straight to meet this circle. Just like that. You want to come round at the top of this circle and down just a little bit. And that's her knee joint. You want to, at the bottom of this line, at the top of this line that we've drawn on the bottom, just come up in a straight line and meet the bottom of this circle that we drew earlier. And this circle should be more this around there. So this bottom circle that we drew earlier, come down, meet the bottom, and come up. There we go, and then we've got like a, roughly like a hoof, the first hoof. So this other hoof, there's just a tiny bit of a line at the bottom there, and then a line going up. And that's more or less, I think I want to draw a line there just to mark out her chest and the, what's the word, where her hoof is. Just draw two lines there. Sorry, it's been a while that I've done one of these tutorials, so I'm forgetting the correct language that I'm using. But it might be just as like bad as the rest of them, I don't know. But I've seen a lot of people posted on Instagram their own versions of the ones that I've done before. So if you're watching this and if you draw Fluttershy as a mermaid, please post it on social media and tag me in it, because I do love to see how they've turned out. And a lot of them turned out really well, and I'm shocked. Not shocked at people being good at drawing, but shocked at people being able to understand my my tutorial mentoring skills, my teaching skills. So the bottom of the tail, just come down and follow like these lines that you made earlier. I'm pretty happy with these lines. The thing with doing guidelines is if you measure that they're not looking right, you can always kind of change them yourself. So pop up here at the other side of the tail, come up, just ignore this bottom circle because that's going to be behind the tail, and you want to make sure the thickness would match up with the thickness at the top of her body. See, if that was going to come down, it'd be like that. So maybe I'm just going to make, oh sorry, need to zoom out. You want to make sure the thickness at the bottom here is going to match up with that. So like this line, the way I've drawn it, it would continue down there, which doesn't look right. So I'm just going to change that just a little bit so it roughly match up. You don't want to connect them though. So now I'm going to draw the wing, which is also a fin. So just using this oval that we drew earlier as a rough example, you want to start from here, from the bottom of this line. So just start from here and kind of draw a curved line, a curved backwards line like the opposite way of this oval that we've drawn earlier. If that makes any sense. We want to come round at the top and reverse the curve. Come down to a point. Now that's the first kind of like flap. Can't think of another word for it. The first peak. We're going to do 3 of these. So just come out, down, and then a small one, and then come back to a point. Yeah, and if it doesn't look right, just rub it out. And I'm running out of space on this rubber. These rubbers are terrible, by the way. So if you're going to get the rubber, if you're going to get the colour erase pencils, I would suggest buying a rubber as well, or an eraser, because the erasers on the bottom of the pencil run out really quickly. So she has some lines, but obviously she's got a yellow body. You can hardly see these lines because these are white lines against yellow, but she's got lines anyway. If you just want to draw some lines, I've just drawn 3. Draw as many as you want. Whatever looks good to you. I think there's 3 on the actual artwork. So behind her fins, because these are see-through, you could kind of just follow this, join this line up, but make it more soft behind. It depends if you're going to colour it or not. I'm just going to continue the bottom of her hair, which comes out as a curl, but I'm not pressing on too hard. Just like that. And then I'm going to continue with these lines that I'm going to fill in this little bit that I drew earlier with lines, because I didn't want to draw the lines earlier because I wanted to make sure that the wings looked okay first. So just come down, I'm just going to do like 3 or 4 maybe, and just follow this like S curvy shape that is the outline of her hair mane, and just draw another one down there. There we go. So 2 bits left, a fin here and then her big tail. So this fin at the back is going to overlap this top fin. So it's just going to be, I know I drew this circle earlier, but it's not turned out, I've not mapped it out correctly, so just ignore it. I'm just going to draw kind of like a rough oval shape to follow. So I'm going to start just after these wings. I'm going to overlap these wings, but I'm only going to press lightly behind because I don't want it to look like it's on top. You want to come down and you want to imitate this curl here, really, on this kind of a shape. So come down, up and curl. It's kind of like a ponytail. There we go. And now her cute mark, I believe, is on this fin, which seem to be butterflies. I thought they were flowers, but they are butterflies. And there's 3 of them, so I'm just going to mock out 3 rough circles of where the butterflies are. I'm going to divide them on half really quickly. You can take a little bit more time with this if you want. And just draw some kind of round shapes for butterfly wings. That makes sense. I'm going to draw a line behind them because they've got a line because it's a fin. We draw one there and just one there. There we go. And then the tail at the bottom. So we've drawn this circle earlier, just very roughly. I didn't press on hard. A very light rough circle. Her tail is not a circle, so just watch carefully. I'm just going to sharpen the pencil. It's kind of like a love heart, if you want it, an upside down love heart. So if you've got that in your head, watch this space, and then you can go in and do it yourself. Just don't want that to snap. Right. So a tail at the bottom of these points that you've got at the bottom of the tail, it fans out like a big V upside down. And you want to draw a big curve like that and come in. And just zoom out just a little bit. You want to imitate this curl round that was at the bottom here, but the opposite way around. So draw a curve there. Come up into a V. Yeah, that's roughly the shape. So she's got that weird thing happening where her tail's folding over. So if we just draw another curve, you want to come out, down, back up. It'll look weird, it won't look symmetrical. You want to come down, and draw another curve at the bottom, but not as curly as this one. And you want to match that V there. So it's more or less the same shape in reverse, but it's a little bit squashed compared to that. So then, round to the bottom of this bend, you want to come out, curve up, down, and meet this curve right in the middle. And this is her tail curving in on itself. Yep. So I'm just going to draw a line in the middle, following it round. And then she's got like kind of like a fanned out, like love heart shapes again, but it keeps going. This is the bottom of the tail. Yep. And then we are going to draw lines. I'm just going to rub this line out here, it doesn't look right. Her tail does look a little bit weird. I'm just going to add some shading just to add some like three-dimensional quality to it, because it does look a little bit, it's like hard to see where the lines are blending into the other lines. That doesn't really make any sense, but it does in my head. You don't have to do this, I'm just doing this for my own sense of pride. There you have it, that's roughly it. So if I zoom out now, here is Fluttershy. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I hope it was easy for you to follow. If not, just ask any questions below. If you really found this helpful, or you know anybody who likes My Little Pony stuff, please feel free to share it. And please, the most important thing is, if you draw a picture of this, please tag me in it on social media. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, I am on Facebook, but I don't really use my Facebook that much, but Instagram's the main one. Send me a picture of how your Fluttershy mermaid turned out. Because I do love to see them. Oh, I forgot to add like a few little scales, because she is a mermaid after all. So yeah, more pony tutorials here, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.